Home prices could surge over the next year as affordable crisis worsens. So here's what's going on in the last 3 years. Obviously, prices went way down as soon as COVID hit, and then they started coming back up immediately as people had almost 2-3% interest rates and could go out and buy a lot of property, afford a lot of house, and so there was a shortage of houses, which caused prices to rise. So what we're seeing now that interest rates have doubled is that people that own houses with mortgages about 2, 3, 4% certainly are going to be apprehensive to sell. And those going out to buy in the market who have to pay 7.5% can't afford as much house. So now we have things kind of in frozen. But if there's no inventory, then prices will go up. So that is the good news. That is what is different than 2008, 2009, 2010, is there is a lack of inventory, which is going to keep prices somewhat stable for the long term. The other thing that I saw was U.S. housing market faces new hurdles, student loan repayments. So after 3.5 years of not having to pay on student loans, I read in here where they have been given 8 forbearance agreements. People are worried that as soon as people have to start paying $200, $300, $400, $500 a month for their mortgage, or shall we say their student loan repayment, that they will not be able to afford a house and will create more hurdles in the housing market. I will tell you from personal experience, and this is the frustrating part as a creator, a business owner, someone that owned rental property, when COVID happened, overnight the government told us we couldn't work, and they told the tenants, especially in Seattle, don't worry, you don't have to pay your rent. So that worked for the tenants. That worked for people that could work from home or didn't have to worry about getting a paycheck anyways, like the government. But for us small business owners, overnight, all of our cash flow was taken, frozen. We couldn't work, we couldn't earn. Now, did the mortgage company that held the mortgage on the house or the apartment building say, no problem, we'll give you a 3-year deferment? No, they freaking said, here, pay now, pay right now. We don't care what's going on with COVID. We don't care what's going on with the tenants. Pay. Now, what happens if you pay and then you suddenly run through all of your money that you had set aside in reserves to pay the mortgages as COVID continued and the government said to lock us down? What happens when you run out of money? At that point, the lender comes and takes your property, or you give it to them. Those are the two choices. So for all these people that got deferments, great, good for you, but there is a whole group of people in this country, millions and millions of small business owners that lost their business, their life's work by the government telling us to stop. And so there is two sides to this coin. I respect that people have trouble paying their student loans, but is it going to significantly impact the housing market? I don't know. There's a lot of headwinds right now in the housing market. So we're going to see how that plays out. I've been through cycles since 1989. There are good times, there are bad times, there's opportunities in every cycle. So let's think about that, and we'll talk about that in the next video.